Hi Calvary, Sarah Dar joining you with another update in our senior pastor search. In January, 8 leaders from across both campuses sought out on a sacred task of finding our next senior pastor. We fasted, we prayed, we discerned, and out of 300 candidates, the Lord made clear who He has prepared for us. I am excited to say that the candidate that we have has deep pastoral experience. He is a visionary and a relational leader. He has a passion for teaching and for raising up followers of Jesus. And I am confident that he is the next pastor for Calvary Church. Please join me in welcoming Ken and Tonya Hensley. Hey Ken,
Sarah,
good to see you.
Great to see you in person.
Likewise.
Hello, Calvary Church. My name is Ken Hensley. I'm here with my wife, Tonya, and we are so excited for this opportunity to finally introduce ourselves to you. I can say that we are both humbled and we are honored to be put forth as your next senior pastor. Tonya and I met while we were in college in undergraduate studies, and we've been married 34, or actually it'll be 35
in December.
And we've been blessed with 2 wonderful daughters.
Hannah, she is our oldest, and she lives here in the Twin Cities. Just got married in March, and she is a high school teacher at the White Bear Lake High School.
And our youngest daughter, Hope, she's our only redhead in the family, and she is a high school teacher in Jefferson County, which is a suburb of Denver, where she lives near downtown, scares both of us to death a little bit. But both of our girls love the Lord, and we've been very blessed. What are some things we like to do?
We love pickleball.
We play a lot of pickleball. Not on this trip. We was afraid that one of us might get hit in the eye with a pickleball, which would be bad on video. What attracted us to Calvary, to the opportunity, the thought of serving at Calvary, is who Calvary has been and who Calvary is, and what we believe through the work of God Calvary can be. One of the first things that struck me about Calvary is actually Pastor Rich serving as your interim. I was impressed that church would bring back a former pastor to serve as their interim pastor, which showed me that Pastor Rich led well and he served well. But it also showed me a lot about the heart of Calvary. As we've interacted with all sorts of folks from Calvary, I've been impressed with the level of passion, of talent, of drive, of wisdom, experience, of history that lives within the people of Calvary. I also love where Calvary's located with our 2 campuses. When you look at the people around us, those who don't know Jesus, your friends, your neighbors, there's many of those. I love that we are close to college campuses. Having been most recently a college professor, I love interacting with college students because they're at that time of life where they're trying to figure out who they are, do they matter, is there a God, what does that mean? And I also love, Tonya, the fact that there's just so many countries that are located, people from those countries, right here within 5-10 minutes of each campus. I know one thing that you mentioned was the process that the church has gone through in terms of why that was attractive to us.
Yes, I was just very impressed with the time that everyone spent in prayer and fasting, and I just know that we were praying, and I know all of you were praying, so that I just felt the heart. It was wonderful.
When I think about the future of Calvary, one of the things that comes to my mind is something that I want each and every person to know, to experience, is that they are created and loved by God. And that when they give their life to Jesus, that they have an opportunity to be involved in something that is significant. It's the opportunity to be involved in something that changes eternity. And I love the fact that the mission of this church is to raise up followers of Jesus. One of the things that I believe in so strongly is that Jesus is the smartest, the wisest person who's ever lived. And that if people will give him a fair chance, that if a skeptic or a searcher will just kick the tires, that they'll find that Jesus is believable, he's true, and he's worth giving your life to. And I think about how the future of Calvary is not writing a news story. It's helping each and every one of you discover How does my story fit within the larger story of what God is doing? Calvary, best thing I could say, buckle up, because following Jesus, I have found, is truly the greatest adventure.